tree. So now he's out to seek revenge against the forest. Once they get through this, explodes all the trees up into the air. And this will kind of show you what to do. Then it was click and draw a line in slow motion through all the logs.
You don't have a character.
Click and draw a nice smooth path with the grain of the wood.
And the only reason we don't have that is we were, you know, it's like, well, character needs, we need to...
There are different types of trees that come up.
And there's different types and sizes. Like this next one we'll see some logs that spin so fast, they even spin while in slow motion.
While you're in lumber time.
In lumber time, yep.
And so, and one-way trees, another...
It can only be done in one direction.
Okay. And this is coming out, when is this?
This summer.
This summer, okay.
Not everybody wants
Watch out for the moose.
It's Pocket Watch Games, and I'm the creator of Monaco.
Okay. And Monaco, can you describe Monaco for us?
Sure. It's a 1 to 4 player cooperative heist game. So it plays a little bit like Pac-Man meets Hitman. It's all from a top-down perspective, and you're basically trying to sneak into a place, kind of like Ocean's 11, and steal something, and then escape without getting caught. So it like takes a lot of those elements from stealth games, but makes it much more accessible and fun and actiony, like an old school arcade game like Gauntlet.
Okay. Like what are some of the obstacles you might run into in this game?
So yeah, there's laser traps, and there's guards. There's dogs that can actually track your scent. There's a variety of different enemies, and then your characters themselves each have a unique ability as well. So like the locksmith can get through locked doors and saves faster than other people. The redhead can seduce guards and distract them, whereas the gentleman can put on disguises. And so you're trying to sneak around in this environment without getting caught.
And what platforms will this be released on?
It'll be PC, Mac, as well as consoles, but we haven't announced our consoles yet.
Okay. And is there a release date yet?
This year is the plan, but we haven't got anything set in stone. It'll be done when it's done.
Okay. What are the games that we have here? We have.
So over here we have I think it's the iPad version of award-winning games. Reckless Disregard for Gravity. And then over here we have our latest game prototype. It's called Drunken Robot Pornography. You have a Gatling gun and a jetpack, and there are 12 giant, angry, drunken robot centerfolds trying to kill you.
And you've done other games like Wonderful End of the World and other things. And what goes into your creative process when you're making these games?
We just do a lot of really quick prototypes. For Drunken Robot Pornography, we did 2 or 3 weeks of 2-day prototypes, just throwing random stuff out and seeing what stuck. And then we just compile it all together into one big, massive, crazy game.
Yeah. Okay. And that Robot Pornography is coming out. When is it debuting?
So we're open for about the end of the year.
Okay. And this is already out. Yeah. FMA is already.
FMA came out last month for the iPad and the iPhone.
Okay.
Those things.
Okay. And this game that we have here is
Go Home Dinosaurs. It is coming out this summer on Chrome Web Store. So if you have something that runs Chrome, not Chrome Mobile, but regular Chrome, it'll run.
Okay. And what is this, sort of a tower defense game?
Yeah, we like to describe it as a puzzle tower defense. To start off, you get these garden towers which only take up 2 slots, but as the game progresses, towers get more powerful. They also take up a lot more space. So yeah, what's going on is you're a bunch of gophers. You're having a really good time, having a barbecue, and all of a sudden a bunch of dinosaurs show up and they're trying to take your barbecue. So you're trying to stop. We have our avatar, who is not only your resource gatherer, he's also a mobile tower, and you'll be able to upgrade him as well with power-ups. Some of the power-ups we have for him in this particular build that we're showing is a spike ball. So normally he throws rocks, but if you get the spike ball power-up, he throws a spike ball, which is a lot more powerful.
And is this coming out?
It'll be coming out for Chrome Web Store this summer.
Okay. And tell me about the game. This is a follow-up to the first game, or?
Yes, this is a sequel to Bit Trip Runner, Runner 1 obviously, and we've changed quite a bit of the art style, but we're trying to keep the gameplay and all the core mechanics in place, so fans of the original will hopefully love the sequel as well. Okay.
What are some of the new things that have been introduced in this?
Gameplay-wise, we have added one new move, which is the dance move, which is a way of earning points without actually making it more complicated. So it's not something you have to do, it's an option to get some more extra points. Otherwise, we've added new combinations of moves. So
this coming soon, or is this?
Well, hopefully not too long. It's not exactly
no set days so far.
Still in development. We're shooting for an October or November release date on PSN, XBLA, PC and Mac Steam, and hopefully Wii U and maybe PS Vita. So okay.
So Snapshot is a 2D puzzle platformer where you play as a robot named Pick, and as you're going through the world, you can take photographs of objects, capture them in the pictures, and then later on paste those photos into the world, and they'll drop back out. And so you're basically manipulating your environment using photos in the whole game.
How long has this game been in development?
Just a little over 3 years. So it's been a long time coming, and people are getting really excited about it. And half the questions I'm getting is, when is this game finally going to be out?
So, is there a release date coming?
Sometime over the next 2 or 3 months, it'll launch on Steam, it'll be on PC, and then it'll be for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And then later on, end of summer, mid-fall, somewhere around that time frame, it'll be on PSN.
Okay.
Airmech is an action RTS. I wanted to make a game like this for about the past 10 years because I thought the games that are RTS oriented on the console just don't work. So they started making this as a console-based game that maybe would go on XBLA, maybe would go on PSN, but it's with a controller. So from the foundation, we wanted everything to work with the controller. It's very fluid. You're flying over the battlefield with a transformer robot. You just drop down, start taking out enemies. That guy's a problem. You just take him out. You can play in the browser right now. It's on Chrome. You just go to airmech.com, install it, and play it. You get it with 3 players versus other 3 players. Multiplayer. You can fill in the empty spaces with AI if you want. There's a lot of options. You can play co-op. You don't want to be too competitive. You get your friend you want to play with. You say, okay, we're going to play against an AI. You can beat up on the survival mode where you got one base in the middle. You're just defending against enemies coming in from all sides. That's a lot of fun too. It's a really fun game. I enjoyed making it and seeing it finally come to life. So we'll eventually be on all the platforms. A couple months we'll get Steam, I'm sure. Everything's coming along great. We've got an Android version development, iOS will be on the way. Of course, controllers, music consoles. We'll do it all.
So I'm here from 24 Karat Games showing off Retrograde. Retrograde is the world's first game played entirely in reverse. The premise is you're a spaceship pilot, you've just fought a massive battle, and all the explosions cause damage to space-time continuum, and now time itself is flowing backwards. So the idea of the game is you travel backwards through time, undoing the previous space battle. So to do that, you have to unfire your shot. So you have to get in position, and when the bullet returns to your ship, you have to unfire it. There's also enemy shots. Enemy shots go from left to right, and you have to change space lanes to avoid them, because if they hit you, you're blocking them from ever being fired, which creates a paradox. It's for PlayStation Network on PlayStation 3, or rather it will be. We're going to ship sometime later this year.
Okay.
And it's actually more of a rhythm game, and you can play it with the guitar controller as well as the standard gamepad.
Okay, so this is Cairo. This is it's an exploration game. It's an adventure game that is about wandering around this weird abstract world with very minimalist architecture, and it's an old decaying world. And the idea is that you're supposed to sort of wander around the world and find old machinery and get it working again. It's inspired by things like Mist and Eco. And the idea is that I just want people to wander around the world and find their own way, and just the joy of exploration you don't get so much in games these days. At the same time, I'm also trying to tell a story, and that story's not told through traditional narrative and text. Instead, it's more told through the things you find in the world, the machinery you get working, sort of slowly feeds into your realization of what Cairo is, and why you're there, and what the whole purpose is. So it's initially going to be coming out for PC and Mac, and they'll be available from my website. And then a few months later, I'm going to hopefully have it out for iOS and Android as well.
Okay. And any release date possibilities?
I'm hoping to be done in the next sort of 3 months or so, maybe June time. It's already available an alpha download. People go to the website, they can pre-order it, and get access to these builds straight away. With the full game, in a few months' time.
So Entertainment is a psychological exploration puzzle game set within an Escher-like world. So if we imagine the paintings of MC Escher, where we've got lots of perspective tricks, we've got infinite staircases, etc. This is like taking those kinds of puzzles or those kinds of environments and putting the character in them in first
this year,